Hello everyone, today I'm going to be making a very spicy and delicious Nigerian stew called Ayamase, and it's also popularly known as Ofada Stew simply because it's usually served along with a special type of rice called Ofada rice. So for this recipe, I'm going to be blending together some green bell peppers, onions and habanero peppers. Add just a little bit of water to get this started. And as you can see, I've cut my peppers into few pieces just to make the work a little easier for my blender. And I'm also going to be adding more peppers as I blend along. Doing this will allow me to use a very little amount of water during the blending process. At this point, some people choose to simply strain the water out of the blended peppers. This is all well and good, but I personally like to boil the pepper before I fry it, just because I notice a very slight difference in the taste. But if you're in a hurry, you can just strain the water. So I'm going to be pouring this inside the pot, and I will be boiling it until all the water is almost about gone. Remember to stir this occasionally to prevent burning. Once the excess liquid is gone from the pepper, I'll just take it down from heat and set it aside. In another pot, I'm going to be adding some palm oil. And I'm going to cover this up immediately and leave it on a medium to low heat until it's well melted. After about 8 to 10 minutes or thereabouts, the oil would have become very hot and smoky. Just turn off the heat and leave it to cool, or gently lift it and take it outside for a faster cooling. Make sure you don't remove the lid at this point. Once the oil is cooled down, all the smoke would have gone by this time, and the color should be like honey brown, not really black. Now place it back on your stove top and turn the heat to high this time around. Add some locust bean, which is a very important part of this recipe, as well as some diced onions. Then stir fry this until the onions become golden brown and it's visibly floating over the oil. At this point, I'm going to be adding the boiled pepper. Mix it together thoroughly and fry it until the oil is visibly floating over the sauce. And it's also very important to stir this at intervals in order to avoid burning. Also, you can adjust your heat if you feel it's too high or too low. As you can see, the oil is now floating over the sauce. I will now be adding some crayfish together with some beef and tripe, which I've cut into small pieces. I will also be adding a little bit of stock just to loosen up the sauce a little bit and for some extra flavor as well. Then add salt to taste. Give this a good mix, then taste again and adjust the seasoning if necessary. Finally, I'm going to be adding the boiled eggs. The eggs are quite soft, so be careful not to break them inside the stew. Cover this up and let it come to a boil one more time. Now, this is how it looks when it's freshly done. It may look a little bit liquidy for a typical Ayamase, but trust me, once it's cooled down, let's say about 30 minutes, it's going to thicken up. And here is what it looks like exactly 30 minutes after all the excess liquid is gone. The longer it stays, the thicker it becomes, so bear that in mind. Enjoy this delicious and spicy stew with your Ofada rice or any rice of your choice. It also pairs very well with fried plantains, boiled yams, fried yams, and any other food of your choice. And that is it again for today. Thank you all for spending your time with me. I'm going to talk to you shortly. Enjoy.